Recorded Books and RB Digital present Die with the Outlaws by William W. Johnstone and J.A. Johnstone. Narrated by Jack Garrett. Chapter 1. Glenwood Springs, Colorado. When Matt Jensen rode into town, he stopped in front of the Morning Star Saloon, then pushed through the batwing doors to step inside. Saloons had become part of his heritage. There was a sameness to them that he had grown comfortable with over the years. The long bar, the wide plank floors, the mirror behind the bar, the suspended lanterns, and the ubiquitous iron stove sitting in a box of sand. He was a wanderer, and though his friends often asked when he was going to settle down, his response was always the same. "I'll settle down when I'm 6 feet under." Matt considered himself a free spirit, and even his horse's name, Spirit, reflected that attitude. Much of his travel was without specific destination or purpose, but so frequently was Glenwood Springs a destination that he maintained a semi-permanent room in the Glenwood Springs Hotel. "Haven't seen you for a while," the bartender said as Matt stepped up to the bar. "Where have you been keeping yourself?" "Oh, here and there. Anywhere they'll let me stay for a few days before they ask me to move on. I envy people like you. No place to call home, no one to tie you down." "Yeah, that's me. No one to tie me down," Matt said, in a voice that the discerning would recognize as somewhat half-hearted. "So, here for a beer, are you?" "No, I just came in here to check my mail," Matt replied. "What?" Matt laughed. "A beer would be good." "Check your mail," Mac said, laughing with Matt. "That's a good one. I'll have to remember that one." "How's Doc doing?" Matt asked. "You're asking about Holiday?" the bartender asked as he set the beer before Matt. "Yes, does he still come in here a lot?" "Not as much as he used to. He's pretty wasted by now, just skin and bones. Sort of wobbles when he walks. Big Nose Kate is here, though, and she looks after him." "Is he at the hotel or the sanitarium?" "Hotel, mostly. Either his room or the lobby." "I think I'll go see him. Maybe bring him in here for a drink, if I can talk him into it." "Are you kidding?" the bartender asked. "He'll come in a military minute. That is, if Kate will let him come." "What do you mean, if she'll let him come?" "She watches over him like a mother hen guarding her chicks." "Good for her. Well, I'll just have to charm her into letting him join me." "You're going to charm Big Nose Kate? Ha! You would have better luck charming a rock." Matt stepped into the hotel a few minutes later and secured his room. Looking around, he saw Doc Holliday and Big Nose Kate in the lobby, sitting together on a leather sofa near the fireplace. And though it wasn't cold enough to require a fire, one was burning. As Max had indicated, John Henry Holliday was a mere shadow of his former self. Matt had met him in his prime, though even then Doc had been suffering from consumption and had had frequent coughing spells. He had also been clear-eyed, sharp-witted, and confident. He was a loyal and, when needed, deadly friend to Wyatt Earp. Big Nose Kate, Mary Catherine Horany, was by Doc Holliday's side. Despite the sobriquet of Big Nose, she was actually quite an attractive woman. Matt had asked once why they called her Big Nose, and was told that it wasn't because of the size of the proboscis, but because she had a tendency to stick it into other people's business. "Hello, Doc," Matt said as he approached the two. "Matt," Doc Holliday greeted enthusiastically. He started to get up. "There's no need for you to be getting up," Kate said, with just a hint of a Hungarian accent. "Hello."
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.